right, we're back again. Yeah, welcome everybody to the Honesty Podcast. Thank you very much for yeah coming again, listening again. I'm here with Dylan, a good friend of mine. We get to know each other through a mentorship, through a networking kind of group. So he is in the same space as me. We're both in the AI space. We do both online business, and today's topic is going to be related to that. So Dylan, thank you very much for coming and talking today. Please introduce yourself, tell a bit about yourself, and yeah, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, my name's Dylan, and yeah, so I do AI for hospitality in the UK. So it's like AI chatbots and automations, that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I met Rhino through the networking event or the networking group, and it's been really good. It's been nice to have someone to talk about that's been in a similar space,
Yeah,
goes through the same stuff, and is doing a similar thing. And it's nice to be able to talk about similar things with them. So it's been really
absolutely,
good.
absolutely. So yeah, it's absolutely a pleasure. Always talking to young guys in the same space, in the same like I don't know the culture changed. Like 50 years ago, I believe when you had like young guys in the same space, you were like, oh, this is my contender or whatever.
Yeah,
He's my enemy. Nowadays, it's like very friendly. I believe we're not like fighting anymore. It's interesting.
all
Yeah,
that support.
yeah, right, absolutely. Yeah, today's topic is about. I called the episode "Internet Zombie" because people really became zombies in the past few months and years, especially with all of the videos and all that stuff like the generated videos and all that, so going so viral. Just scrolling past, scrolling through. And what we wanna talk about today is the how to actually be productive in a world full of distractions. And I know, for like in your case, I know my case, it's very hard, especially when you're in the online business space where you have to be on the social media channels, you have to, be everywhere and all of that. How challenging it can be, to not get distracted on these things. And I just want to know your take on how do you handle this, and how you work out these challenges with distraction.
Yeah, so I think so. There's a lot of noise going on in the world, especially today, and people don't even realize it. So obviously we get a lot of input through like social media is the biggest one, of course,
Hmm.
like the news and like YouTube videos and stuff, and like that whole brain rot type thing. And there's just so much input noise. Like from the moment you wake up, from the moment you go to sleep, you're scrolling all the time. You're always getting so much input, and your mind isn't able to like actually think for itself. And it's like the content you consume is like telling you what you should think as opposed to what you actually think. And it can be quite scary, to be honest, and it can cause, especially even myself. I felt it like 6 months ago. It really kicked in. I was like, I just feel anxious all the time.
Yeah,
Like I'm getting so much noise like thrown in my face. Like
yeah,
I'll be scrolling, and they'd be like, I don't remember anything I just watched, and then I'll want to go back and see what I watched, and it's crazy. So it's really difficult, man, and it is just about managing it because a lot of people aren't even aware. A lot of people think, "Oh, I'm just scrolling in the morning when I wake up. It's not a big deal. I'm just scrolling when I go to the toilet. I'm just scrolling in the gym. I'm just scrolling when I go to bed. I'm just scrolling when I eat." And it's like it's not a big deal. But you think and you look at your screen time, and you're like, "I've done nothing for 6 hours, and I couldn't actually tell you a single video that I watched." And it's
yeah,
like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah.
you're just wasting time. That's what it is, and it's difficult to get out of, to be honest.
It is.
Um,
It is
there's,
absolutely. Yeah, I think absolutely. You hit the nail on the head, bro. With that one, with not knowing what you really saw until like the last few hours. But just imagine the scenario of your life just scrolling past you. It's like you're
yeah,
scrolling through your life and not really seeing anything on just other lives. And
yeah,
why I don't wanna talk I don't wanna call these people zombies or call these people, I don't know, addicted, but I wanna address the problem there, because the real issue here is not really the scrolling itself. It's like the more deeper state of stuff, where you think about the psychological stuff that happens with people, where people get, as you said, like not just anxiety, but this feeling of pressure in themselves when they're like the moment of clarity. Oh shit, I really was 5 hours away right now, 4 hours. I just throw away 4 hours of my life. And going out on the big picture of life, where you see 50 years, 60 years, 70 years go past, and you never really change something. Just imagine how much time you just wasted. And like, what would I don't know what, like, did you do anything? Because I would love to talk about my experience on this topic, but I would love to hear like something very specific you did to get away from the noise, to get away from all of the things that happen, and like all the stories from people, from friends and all that. Like, do you do something specific to just get away from that? Like, do you delete it, or do you have like some kind of time slots in where you scroll, or
So, when I first sort of like started becoming aware of the issue, it was more so giving myself an excuse. Like I said, I'd be like, oh, I'll only scroll during this time, or I'll set limits on my phone, which you can do like screen time. It's like, oh, you hit your screen time, but then I just click the button below and click turn off for the rest of the day, and then I'm back to scrolling.
yeah,
So that didn't work. But I think one of the biggest things was obviously, like you touched on, is that you're just seeing other people's lives, and you're seeing the end outcome. So you're not seeing all the hard work that they're going through. You're just seeing the end of it, and like so you're like here and you're putting in the work, but they're up here, and all you're seeing is up here, nothing along here, and that was the biggest thing for me to realize is that like I'm comparing myself to all these people,
mm,
and while that can be good because it's something to strive towards, it's also can be really really damaging because it's like you're comparing your level 1 to someone's level 100.
mm-hmm.
So becoming aware to that, it made it easier for me to want to get rid of scrolling because I now had a reason to. The first thing I implemented to make it a whole lot better for myself was like no phone or any input for the first hour of the day.
Nice.
I would, and I still do this, I will like turn my alarm off and I'll have like on my screen, I'll have my notifications obviously. I'll do a quick up and down just to see there's nothing like important from clients or anything like that, nothing major.
Nice.
And if it's just a bunch of rubbish, put it down. I'll get on with my routine, which isn't extensive, but it allows me to be mindful in the present, prepare myself for the day, get to the
Mm.
gym, get back, have my to-do list, and I know what I need to get on with the day for the day.
Yes, yes.
So that was the main thing I implemented.
Nice. So like the part of the first hour of the day, do you throughout the day, do you still do it, or is it like just the first hour?
So I don't have like TikTok or Instagram
Yeah.
or even YouTube on my phone because
Nice.
something, or Facebook for that matter. So what I noticed was that TikTok was the biggest one, so I deleted it, and then I would do it, and then I'd find myself on Instagram Reels, so I deleted that, and my mind was craving
Yeah.
short dopamine or quick dopamine so much I would scroll on YouTube Shorts, which I've never done, but because I knew it was there, my
Yeah.
mind would go to it. So I was like, right, I need to get rid of all of it. I can't have any of this on my phone.
Uh-huh.
I will check like Instagram and Facebook on my computer, but the
Yes.
thing is, I'm not going to scroll on my computer
Oh,
because it's not addicting. It's not.
yeah.
I can just check what I need to check. I can upload my videos that way, and
Perfect.
then that allows me to, sort of stay in the loop with
Hmm.
what's going on,
Hmm.
but also not be glued to it all day long.
Yeah, nice. Absolutely. Like the part of deleting it was like the beginning of my journey in this case. Like 3 years ago, I had like this moment of clarity where I thought about the life I'm just living right now, just scrolling,
Yeah.
like playing games, chilling, and nothing, like doing nothing. 3 4 years ago, and then sometimes like someday I was just like, okay, wait, like what the fuck is going on right now? Where am I? Who am I? Like, what am I really doing right now? I'm
Yeah.
just working, gaming, chilling. So then I
Yeah.
realized, okay, something is, not letting me go the step further. And then I thought, okay, maybe it's the phone, because the most of the day I'm on my phone. So what I did is I deleted every app, like Snap, all of that. I was just off. YouTube, everything off. And what I did is I set up a timer for 3 months, and I kept it deleted for 3 months. And I never, in these 3 months, I never ever touched not even the laptop or something. And after these 3 months, I came back, I downloaded the app like on that day that I hit the 3 months at. And then I just checked on Instagram, and like there were like some notifications and all of that, but and even my birthday was in that time. So people that had had me on Instagram, wrote me there and all that. I didn't answer because I didn't had it, and people were mad, like they were pissed. Why didn't you answer and all that? And I had to tell the people like, come on, I deleted it. And after these 3 months, I just realized I never ever lost any information or didn't get anything, or like it's not the end of the world.
Mm.
You're not gonna get lost or something, and after these 3 months I really get this clarity in. And then what I did is, the next step is just every like weekday where I work, I deleted it. And then on the weekends I install the apps like Instagram and what is it, all X, like Twitter. And then for Saturday, Sunday, I keep it just to have it, and then on Monday to Friday, I delete it again. So really to keep me off
Yeah,
completely. And I think this is a very big step for anybody. If people really want to make a change, make use of their time, this has to be deleted. I don't know if you're the same. Oh, you're
I
muted.
think.
Yeah, no, it's good, nice guy.
Oh, good.
Yeah, all good.
Amazing. Yeah, I think it's interesting what you said about getting rid of it for 3 months because I noticed when I was on holiday a couple of years ago, and this is before I was in online business or anything,
Mhm.
I actually dropped my phone right before we were about to get on the plane, and
Yeah,
it was dead. It would not work at all. Nothing. I was out of it. Couldn't access my phone at all,
crazy.
and I was really pissed off
Yeah,
because I was like, oh, I can't get my phone. Anyway, we were in Greece for like 10 days in this really nice villa, and I was noticing like a couple of days in, I was like, this is nice. I'm not glued to this device that's controlling me. Like it was amazing. I mean, unfortunately, I did go. I bought a phone and I got back and I went back to my habits. But like I was aware of the fact that it was actually quite nice not being on my phone.
yeah,
And I think even today, if I was to like scroll for a bit on my phone and then I'd go back to not, it's like you really aren't missing out on much. I
no,
think one of the biggest things that I felt, and probably what other people feel, is that they're gonna miss out,
yeah,
not necessarily just on like brain rot stuff, but like business advice.
yeah,
But like the business advice that you need to hear, you will hear when you need to hear it, if that makes
nice,
sense.
nice.
So you don't you're gonna have a problem in your business at some point. Instead of scrolling on LinkedIn, scrolling on Instagram,
Yeah,
you're getting a bunch of solutions to a bunch of problems you don't even have yet come up on your feed. Wait until you have that problem and then research the problem because the problem you're having in the moment and what you research it's going to solve it because
yeah,
you're having it instead of just having all this noise. I mean, don't get me wrong. If your feed knows you, like my Instagram feed knows me so well, every reel is business related.
yeah,
I could favorite probably every single video because I can relate to it or I can find it helpful. But that's not any good because it's the exact same as just scrolling on like TikTok and watching like brain rot type
yeah.
stuff. Because it's helpful videos, but it's just feeding into this like mindlessness, and then I
Yes.
get off it, and it feels so mentally draining. Even though all I've done is sat there and gone like this, like it's crazy,
Yeah,
and I think it has to be managed in
absolutely.
some way.
So do you think, like, if you want to do in online business, if you want to be in the online space, like, there is nothing else than managing it? Like, like, is it radical, or can it be like something? Yeah, you can still, have like a time off through the day, where you check your phone, be on Instagram. Are you
Yeah,
like
yeah.
radical
I
with
think
it?
I think there's you can definitely still be on it, and I think you can definitely still check it.
Yeah,
A lot of people use it to like genuinely contact their friends and
yeah,
genuinely keep like a small circle, and I think that can be really good. But I think for the most part, if you are someone who's trying to get into online business, trying to change their life, and they see all these influencers and like, I want a life like that. For someone who genuinely wants to work towards that, I think 90% of it has to go because it is at the end of the day just a distraction.
mm,
If you want a way to wind down or you want a way to like rest, there's other ways to do that. And I think if
yeah,
you incorporate it as a bit of like end of day rest and you just scroll for like 20 minutes in the evening, I
mm,
think that's okay. But as long as that doesn't leak into your sleep or
yes,
that doesn't leak into your next day productivity, I think it's fine. I think it's
got it.
okay because it can be quite enjoyable,
It is, yeah.
but it has to be managed for the most part, I think.
Nice, nice. I like that. Like, if there is any situation where you see yourself getting back to the habit, I think like it happens to me. I believe it happens to you too. Like, what is this the steps that you do with, like, Now you conquered the habit, but now you get weak again. I don't want to call it weak, but it's like a, I don't know, a recess where you get back to it. Like, what is the next step for you? Like, do you have any system there, or do you have any, or you say, okay, I'm gonna delete it again for a week or something, whatever.
I think I don't really have a system, but it's more so just being aware and
Mm,
like knowing or what you're doing. So like one of the biggest things that helps is just knowing what I'm supposed to be doing in that moment. So obviously like time blocking my days. I know I'm supposed to be working on this critical task and my calendar is like pretty much always open. And if I just take a glance, I'm like, oh, I really should be doing client fulfillment. I really should be making some cold calls right now.
mhm.
And all I'm doing is looking at something that isn't actually helping. Then that sort of just like snaps me out of it. And I'm like, okay, back to work.
Got it.
Um, I don't think, for me, I think it is just like a bit of like brute. I don't want to say discipline because that sort of that term gets thrown around a bit too much these days, I think. But like it is just like, okay, I need to go back to work because I know this isn't helping me in any way.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it'd be interesting to hear from what you do.
Mhm.
Um, I definitely think for people who do struggle to like come off it, that some form of system or gradual release from it could be helpful though,
Yeah.
100%.
100%. So I get your point, and it makes absolutely sense with the awareness part. Like, the awareness part is part one, and this is like maybe the only thing that will get you off. You can have the best system. You can like put off your phone on the shelf or whatever, get it through out of the room, whatever. If you will find a way if you're not aware. If you're not aware that you have to do something more productive or something for yourself, whatever, you're gonna find a way to look into these reels again, to get into this loop again.
Yeah,
Maybe through your
yeah,
laptop, maybe on a freaking TV where you just open YouTube.
yeah,
So I think self awareness is absolutely the number one point that you have to go back, like you're gonna go through again. And I think what helped me the most is really getting the phone and just like stuff it somewhere deep into the the whole like the freaking, I don't know, somewhere just away from
get it
you.
out,
Yeah,
get it out of the room.
out of the room, and just like airplane mode, and out of the way. You don't want to even have it in your eyesight. And I think having the self-awareness and doing this, like this radical block out, well, you don't have any chance anymore on getting it, because you're self-aware. You know that you have to do something, and then you don't really have the chance to go to your phone. And then if you want to do it through your laptop, your self-awareness kicks in. So this combination, I believe, is very, very powerful. It's very
Yeah,
helpful.
100%.
But if we go back, and if we look at the other side, because we always talk about the tasks and all of that, and the self-awareness part. I mean, the first thing is always, do you really have something to do? So is there any critical stuff that you have to look into? So what does this mean for yourself? To build out a to-do list, or to plan out your week, to plan out your day. So I believe the part of getting into that loop of scrolling again starts way, way, way before. It starts on the night before you wake up in the next for the
Yeah,
next day, where the day starts, and you have a clear plan of what to do today. So I don't know how
yeah.
you handle it. I talked into this podcast a lot about planning the week, planning out the day, planning out the month.
100%.
So how do you handle your to dos and tasks?
So, I think when people start to scroll, I think it's because it's coming from like a place of boredom. And I think it's like, well, I just don't have anything to do. And it's a little bit different for people who do want to pursue online business because then, there is definitely stuff to do. There's always stuff to do. Um, I think in terms of like planning and knowing what I'm doing, very similar to what you said. It's just looking at, so I use Google Calendar. I
Mhm.
think a lot of people do. And I usually plan tomorrow the night before. So on my Google Calendar, I've got it repeated at like I think about like 9 p.m. and it's just PTT, which stands for Plan Tomorrow Tonight. And that way I can look at the things I need to get done. I reflect on the day to see what I need to improve on. And then
Nice.
tomorrow I already have. I wake up. My morning routine is always the same. It's like get up at a specific time, cold shower, get some sunlight with electrolytes, all that good stuff. Get to
Nice.
the gym, get the gym out of the way. Because if I get the gym out of the way, I can come home and I don't have to think, oh, I need to get to the gym, I need to get to the gym. It's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
It's still quite early in the morning. I'm fresh minded. I've not been scrolling on my phone. I've been working out. And then I'm ready to just look at my Google Calendar and be like, okay, I need to do LinkedIn posts. I need to send DMs. I need to cold call. I need to do some client fulfillment. post content, all this sort of stuff.
Nice.
And just being prepared is the best thing you can do,
Yeah.
because if you're prepared, then that curves all form of boredom
Mm.
or directionlessness. If you have no structure to your day at all, then you're not gonna be on your path. Like, you're just gonna wander off to something else. Like,
Yes.
for example, it's something that I used to do a lot. I wouldn't focus on what really mattered. I'd focus on like changing my website or just like moving my Notion dashboard around or stuff like this, things that really didn't matter. So that's also another key thing, is to really focus on the stuff that moves your business forward as opposed to the filler stuff,
Mm.
because that's what held me back for months and months and months. And
Mm.
when it switched in my mind, that's when progress actually happened,
Yeah.
because I was focusing on the stuff that actually mattered in the moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, like, do you have the structure where you say, okay, I'm gonna have a weekly goal where I'm gonna reach, then I have a daily goal where I'm gonna hit, or how is it built out for you? Like, how does Dylan's week look like?
So in terms of like goal in like, so like I've set like a what I want to get done for the day, what I want to get done for
Yeah,
the week.
absolutely, for the week, absolutely.
Yeah, so it will be on a Sunday night. So I've got that like repeated. So I do a reflection of the week of what went well, what didn't go well, and what my next like big focus is with the next week. So if I know that I need to up the outreach
Nice.
or up my sales calls, then I'll plan the week around the majority of my time between like 10 and 4 to be like outreach.
Mm-hmm.
If I know I've just signed a bunch of clients, then client fulfillment needs to be a focus. Then it will sort of change like that. So that's how like I plan the
Nice.
week, just so I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I won't always time block a full week. Obviously, if I've got meetings scheduled, then I'll time block around that as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then also apart from that, is I try to plan my goals in like the quarters of the year.
Nice.
Because if you do, obviously if you do yearly goals,
Yes.
that's amazing, but you don't know what's going to happen 6 months into the year. So
Yes.
if you can plan it within 3 month segments, it's a little bit more achievable, but you're
Nice.
still going to be pushed out of your comfort zone as well.
I like that, bro. I like that. So this, yeah, you just mentioned the core value I want to get through through this podcast, which is the goal setting type. I know we're on the completely different topic, but I think this is completely connected to the topic we're talking about.
Yeah.
So I always like to explain the way I structure my goals, where I say, okay, I have a big goal, like the goal that you have until your end of the life. Then you have like a decade goal where you want to get into the like in this decade, and then you have a yearly goal, which is something that you do yearly for to reach that decade goal. And then you have your quarter goals, because if you have only 1 year goal, or like a goal for 1 year, what's gonna happen in 3 months? You know, maybe you're gonna change up your whole business, and
Yeah.
your goal was like to get the business flying that you had before. So
Yeah.
you have to have these quarterly goals to be more flexible, and the same goes with weekly goals for the month. I mean, you should, I believe, in my case, or like in my structure of setting goals, it's always important to have a like this how's it called, how are these babushkas, from the Russians? The Russian
Mhm.
has like this, yeah. So they always have these puppets, and they just go out, go like, you can take them away, you can take the bigger one away, then it's always a little one there. And until you have
Yeah.
like the day, where you have the next day's goals, then you have the next day's goals are for the week, the weekly goals are for the month, and the monthly goals are for the quarters, and so on and so on. So
Always something to work towards there.
absolutely. And a lot of people mentioned to me like, oh, bro, you're like so very strict, and you're like this guy of like a robot. And I was like, bro, it's not even that strict, because I have quarterly goals. I can change everything up in the next 3 months. Everything can be different. I can do, maybe I don't know. Maybe I want to be a freaking pro basketball player in the next 3 months. Whatever. It can be very open and freely, because the yearly goals can be reached through different kind of ways. And I
Yeah.
very like
Yeah.
that you just mentioned this, because everything from everything that we talked about until now, it really comes from that. The moment you have a plan, the moment you have some kind of idea where you want to go, like this kind of goals, the
Mm.
phone will be like second priority
Yeah. You won't
automatically.
even think. You won't even want it.
Absolutely, absolutely. The moment you touch it, you're like, damn, I should be doing that. You look at your calendar, you look at maybe your wall, your like vision board or whatever.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
we can talk all night and all day about how bad it is to be on the phone, but the real solution is not really getting it away through out the window or out the room, whatever. It's more like, do you have something more prioritized than this?
Yeah,
And
yeah, 100%.
right, like it's
It's like
freaking it's crazy.
finding your why of like why you want to get
Absolutely,
off your phone. Because
and
if you
yeah,
just want to get off your phone,
mhm.
it's not really good enough. You need to have like a core reason of
Yes,
something to focus on, of what you actually want to do with your life,
absolutely.
as opposed to just scrolling away.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very what you want to do with your life. Like it's very deep when you go into this. Like the
Yeah,
phone, like just imagine like we're in the same frequency here. This is like common knowledge. But imagine talking to a guy that never had this kind of talks or this kind of conversations, and you tell this guy,
yeah,
brother, this thing you scrolling 6 hours a day is deeply deeply connected to the way you are as a human and your
yeah.
future
More than you could ever imagine.
more than you can. And just people will be like, well, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, where do you getting this from? And then you started explaining this, and you could really blow people's mind with that, because it is really
Yeah.
that deep.
It goes levels deeper than you think.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people think, oh, I'm just scrolling throughout the day. It's not that big a deal. But then it's
Yeah.
like, it leaches onto all aspects of your life, and it starts to take over. Like you at the gym, instead of thinking about, oh, that was a really good set. How's my next set going to go? How can I change my form? You immediately go sit down and just go boom, 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 as opposed to thinking in the moment as well.
Yes.
Um, so it changes a lot more than you think.
Do you think having this structure and having not just structure, but having this awareness of social media being like something draining helped you in business, like helped you in the past few months?
Yeah, of course, 100%, 100%. Because it's like you wake up to the fact that it's like actually a bottleneck within your
Yes.
business. People always go to things like, oh, it's my close rate, or it's like how many calls I'm getting booked in. It's like, well, it's like how much time are you actually putting in on the business?
Mhm.
If you're wasting 3 hours a day scrolling and you could have spent 3 hours on client acquisition to book meetings, that's why your business isn't scaling.
Mhm.
Not because, well, I mean, that's the reason you're not getting enough meetings, because you're on your phone,
Yeah.
not because like something else, because your content's not performing or your lead magnet's not getting any downloads.
Yeah.
It's because you're on your phone. Of course, there's other aspects in life that,
Yeah.
things can happen, shit can happen. Of course, that's completely different though. But
Different. Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of the time it's
So it
where you put your focus.
absolutely it is actually that deep. Like this phone, because
100%.
we were I was in this networking group 4 years ago when I was 18, and like fresh out of the apprenticeship, like this kind of student type working a job now. And some friend of mine got me into this networking group, and really it was a freaking pyramid scheme. Like it was this thing where you sell a product. Like this was like this trading courses. You could learn trading and all of that, and then you can just level up your network in them to like you just get people. You get people into your group, and the larger your group gets, the more money you get. So it was like this kind of pyramid scheme stuff. But what it really taught me, because the people were not stupid there, they were like real educated people in the space of awareness, in the space of online business, and how you should close people and all of that. So very very educated in that. So one guy told me, we have like this phone, and it really people a statistic showed that the iPhone 7, I believe, had more technology in the phone itself than the first rocket on the moon. Like more technology is,
Really?
yeah, like this what iPhone 7 or iPhone 8, I don't know. Like when he told me that, he said, you really have something more capable of stuff than the rocket that went to the moon on your hands, and all you do is waste your time with it. Like, who,
Yes.
right? Like,
That's such a good point.
you have all the the power in your hands, but not using it.
Yeah, I saw a similar post literally like I think like yesterday or the day before on
Mhm.
LinkedIn. It was like to do with AI, and it was like everyone's got access to AI, and it's never been easier to get into online business and making money online with
Hmm.
AI or with anything, but people are using it as just another Google. And I thought that was like shit. I was like for me, that's like I do use it as like another Google,
Yeah,
but obviously my whole service is around AI, so I know it on like another level. But it was like, yeah, damn, it's like the bar has never been lower, but yet still people can't realize that. And it's like going back to the awareness thing, like people just aren't
exactly,
aware of stuff.
exactly.
Um, it's crazy. That's a good point, though. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I think we have very solid points here, especially when it comes to getting away from this. Kind of finding a solution to getting away from this kind of doom scrolling. You know, it's like it's like suicide for your whole future. To be honest, like being real,
It
like
just mushes your mind.
yeah, you're just butchering your mind with information that really doesn't matter for you. So what this actually means is, if you find a solution for this, if you find a way to get away from the phone, keep it away from you, don't waste time on it, your life actually can be changed. Like your life really can.
You feel better.
Uh huh.
Like your mindset feels so much better. And this is like what I was saying earlier. It's like if I'm on social media for ages and I check it and I come off it, it's like, what is this brain fog? Like, what's going on? And I think it's really important to like, even if it isn't online business or something, to find something
Yeah.
much more hands-on and creative to do. Like go
Yes.
for a walk, meet some people in a coffee shop, go into a coffee shop by yourself and go up to someone and speak to someone. Get some experience, like just do stuff, draw, paint, go for a drive, go for a hike. Like literally like get out and like actually understand like it's getting a
So
bit
true.
deeper here, but like understand who you actually are and what you want to do,
Hmm.
as opposed to seeing what everyone else is doing, seeing what they're telling you to do.
Hmm.
I think getting experience
So true.
is
So
such a
true.
massive thing.
Absolutely massive. As you said, like it may be becoming deep, but you really have to. You really have no choice. If you really want to find a solution when it comes to this issue, you really have to go this deep, and you really have to become like strict and radical when it comes to this topic because it is time. I saw a post a few months ago, and really have to fix my mic currently. 1 second. Hmm, got it. So it was talking about how we like sleep 1/3 of our lives,
Mm.
and two-thirds of a third of our lives is like living. You're actually there. You're aware. Now imagine you like imagine how much time you're wasting on your phone and how it adds up until the end, where it says the second third of your life will be on the phone, and then you have
Yeah,
only 1/3 left. Like, bro,
yeah. If you told people like you lost like 10 years,
yeah,
like of your life to scroll, could you imagine their reaction? Like 10 years is a long time. You can do a
brother.
lot in 10 years. Like imagine that is literally the equivalent of literally doing this for 10 years
Brother,
straight without stopping.
people build cities in 10 years and you really just scrolled. So,
Crazy, and you can't remember any of it. It's
no,
all. It's all. I mean,
this
this is
is.
the worst part. You can't remember it.
Yes, yes.
It's not. It's not important. Even if it's like, I think this is going back to like when I do like use social media because of like COVID or whatever back in school. It's like most videos are quite funny, or there's a really cool edit,
Mhm.
or there's some like cool audios, and it's like you save them because they're like, oh, that's cool. I like that, or it's like a funny skit or something. But it's like your favorites folder. I think on TikTok my favorites folder is like 10,000 videos, and it's like I've never once gone back to one of those videos.
No,
Like it's so in the moment, but it's like it's so different to having a cool moment in person with your mates or with your girlfriend or with your family and
yes,
taking a picture and remembering that in the moment as opposed to remembering a cool TikTok you saw in the moment.
yes.
So
So true.
different.
So true. So, yeah, I think the final message from this episode is it really is that deep. So, the phone
Yeah.
and the addiction and the internet zombie title, it is really that deep. And finding a solution for that will really give you a heads up on everything, not just business but school, work, like
Yeah.
general life, family.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Like, what is the final message on this of this episode?
Yeah, I think it's just to like be aware to the problem and realize it is a problem and it's not just something to brush off. Because when you, like we just said, if you put it into years of your life being taken off, it's like, damn, that's not great. And I think I saw this a while ago, but it's like, damn, my mum was right. It is that damn phone, and it is genuinely screwing you up. And I think if you can just learn to manage it, I'm not saying cut it out completely, but if you just learn
Yeah.
to manage it, like you just said, it will unlock a lot, and it just unlocks a lot of time, and that time can be used so much better to find yourself, to build an online business. Even if you don't want to do an online business, you just get more time to be with your family, to
Yes.
make good memories and stuff like this, and it unlocks a lot for you. So I think be aware of the problem, manage it, not necessarily cut it all out, but manage it, and you'll live a better life, I think.
100%. 100%. Very nicely said, bro. Thank you very much for your time, brother. It was a nice talk.
You too. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Amazing, man.
believe people will get something, you know, for themselves in here. Like people really
I hope so.
hope so. And yeah, man. Hopefully on the like in the next episode we're gonna be in person. Will be lovely to be in London. I think you're in London, right?
I'm actually like 2.5 hours away from London.
Are
So
you?
for anyone like
Crazy.
it's called Lincoln.
Oh,
It's like up. It's in the Midlands area.
oh,
So
nice.
I'm not too far from London.
Okay, cool. Okay, nice. Yeah, I really want to go to London once, but we're gonna see when it happens. I mean, Callum has a lot of events. I have to attend one.
You said the next event is London,
London. When? Do you know?
December,
December. Okay.
around
Guys,
December.
if you want
So
to join the ICP, you gotta come. December is the
get
day.
yourself over.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much for coming, brother. Thank you very much for talking.
Thank you,
And
bro. I appreciate it, man.
yeah, wish everybody a pleasant week. As we said, plan out the week. Don't be weak.
Yeah.
And yeah, bro. Let's get it. Thank you very much, bro.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.